Welcome back, everyone. Going to the second half here of Drop Frames, which I think is going to be kind of devoted to WarFrame, which is a free-to-play game that I started playing Monday after I, quote, finished Path of Exile. And then Co started playing Tuesday?
Next day. Yep.
Yeah, Tuesday. And then Zeke will start playing later tonight, I think is how it's going to work out.
You know what's funny about that?
What's that? You already downloaded it?
I am about a quarter of the way downloaded right now. Like I just started. I was like, oh shit, Warframe. That's right. We're going to talk about it. Oh, that's right. It's free to play. I'm going to download it right now. So that's what I'm doing.
By the way, quick note. I don't know if you guys noticed me looking like left and right before we went on break. My power's out. All of my power went out like 15 minutes ago.
Nice. You on generator?
I'm on generator. So, but and I have UPSs hooked up to my computer. Okay. So things should be okay. There is a chance that if the power flips back on, that it may all and shut down the computers. We'll see.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have no idea why the power went out. It very rarely goes out, but
I need to have a conversation with you off cast about getting a generator because I want to get one for the house. We've had like 2 random blips and it's just a fucking pain in the ass.
Well, if you're just having blips, get UPS.
I have UPSs, but the internet still goes out. Because I'm on fiber, and I think the way that fiber works is different because it needs power or something like that. And I don't know.
See, I'm on cable, so as long as my modem and router have power, and I just plug them into the UPSs, like everything stays up, even if there's no power.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how that all works. So I couldn't open my trash can for 3 hours, Co. All right, I need to.
If fiber's passive, as long as you power all the equipment, you should be good.
Okay, I'll need to look at it. I need to look at it.
That was some of the fucking funniest tweets that I saw between you and Aaron and stuff. Yeah. It's like garbage open and you throw the water bottle because the garbage was open. That was
dude, I was so bored. I was so bored for like 7 hours that we didn't have power. I didn't know what to do. I sat in my car and just sat there and watched E3 streams on my phone for about 2 hours because I couldn't do anything. It was a bad time.
You know JP has 0 books in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I would have had light to read them, right? So I don't have any candles.
Oh, was this at night?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was also
JP's holding up like an audiobook CD. Like, how does this work? I thought there were stories on this.
Yeah. It was the dark times, indeed. All right.
So apparently, you have to keep your optical network termination where the fiber comes in point on your property powered. If it stops working, then the telco is also without power.
Okay. I'll have to locate that. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I'll have to locate that. All right, let's talk Warframe. I think we'll just go in the... Warframe for me has been a very weird 3 days. Because it started out and I was like, all right, I'm kind of into this. This is fun. By the way, I think it's a very important point. And I think, Zeke, you should play this way as well because I told Co to play this way. Start the game solo. Turn off gifts from other people. Because people can give you things in the game, and it will dramatically change the way that you play the game.
Oh, gifts! I thought you were saying gifts. Like they can do. Like
I didn't stress the T. Yeah, I didn't stress the T. Sorry.
That's pronounced GIF.
Yeah, that's GIF, anyways, right, chat?
By the way, that was hilarious to watch chat during that Devolver conference.
Oh,
or at Twitter, like how many people were going, "Burn him! Shoot him! Kill him!"
Jesus.
Sorry.
No. It's fun. I didn't watch that, so I need to go back and check it out to understand everything. But yeah, turn gifts off. Now I'm just saying it's stupid. Turn those off, Zeke, because it dramatically ruins the game for some people.
Does it make you OP or something?
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess to start off with, I had played Warframe when it launched, and I think this is maybe when Co had played it as well. Like, not when it launched, but I played it like 3 years ago, and the game's completely different. It was like I was playing a brand new game, but I still had some stuff left over from that playthrough. So this is pretty early on. I'm playing a frame by the name of Meza or Meza. I don't know. I think most people say it Meza. This is something I spent money on, but a lot of people were very against me spending any money in this game because it kind of like cuts down on the amount of time. Yeah, it cuts down on the game itself because a lot of the game is grinding for this stuff. This is from... I think this is day 1. So day 1 was very much for me like, what the fuck is this game? And I think for Co it was the same thing. Like we were just trying to figure out what the hell was going on. Day 2 for this was like, all right, I understand the general path of what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to increase your max rank and all that shit. Then last night, day 3, I started grouping with other people. That is a completely different game, both in a good way and in some ways for me a bad way. Because I started understanding like how much of this game is a farm and a grind and what that grind looks like. I'll pull up a VOD because I was playing with 2 Warframes that increased the drop rate of things in the group. Necros, I think, is one of them, and Hydroid, I think, is the other one. Where is it at? Here it is. I'm just going to look at what you just saw. And then here's the game with these other things. There's tentacles going on. There's like animated enemies going on. And in this particular thing, the best thing to do is just sit there inside the tentacles because they do all the damage. And shit dies around you. Then you go collect the loot and you go to another drop point and you just kind of hang out. And this is like an effective way of farming in the game, which I don't necessarily know if I'm a fan of that because you kind of just hang out unless you're one of those guys, which maybe I need to be one of those guys.
Well, this is also a pretty low area, right?
It is. And that's the other thing is a lot of people are saying this can only really occur in low level areas. This is like is maybe like mid 20s, I guess. But the leveling thing is like, I think that's something I'm still grasping because missions have levels, but I'm not sure how that corresponds to the player. If it's the player's Warframe level, if it's their mastery level, or how all that works. That's where I'm still there's a disconnect for me. And Ko, if you know that answer, feel free to jump in.
Well, like in traditional games, we have an enemy level and then we have our level and we directly compare it to kind of decide what to do. But this game functions without the other half. So imagine that system, except only within itself. So enemy level only is kind of showing if it's more powerful or less powerful than the stuff before that enemy level. So like there's no comparison in terms of, hey, what's my master level? What level enemy level can I do? It's all kind of in itself. From what I understand, again, I'm on day 2 today.
Yeah.
But yeah, from what I understand, there's not really like a way to directly compare your character to where you should be in the map. It's much more kind of just like indicative of, hey, I just did a level 5 one and I had a pretty easy time, so now I can do a level 6 one. But if I had a pretty hard time in the level 6 one, I don't want to be trying level 20 ones. Like that kind of thing.
Okay.
For those of you looking at my face, the reason why I was making like a weird face, it's because I had no idea that this game came out 5 fucking years ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Why the fuck am I just why am I just hearing about it the last few months?
Dude,
they've made some pretty big
Path of Exile.
Yeah. Exactly. They've made some pretty big improvements in the past couple of months for sure.
I had no fucking idea it was that old.
Not only that, like I'm kind of with JP when I, in fact, Zeke, you'll remember this. When I first played this game, I'm pretty sure it was a 1 hour experience.
That's exactly
on the Intel Next Top Streamer competition where we had to get as many games as we could in a short period of time.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: when I played this game the first time, there was no real tutorial, there was no real much of guidance of any kind, and I entered the game with very little knowledge, and I left the game with very little knowledge. Also, I distinctly remember when I played it the first time, I did not feel that there was like a community behind it. There was not a plethora of people in chat helping me with questions. There weren't people sending me telling me what to do. Nobody told me to turn my gifted stuff off. Like, it was just kind of like a free to play game that some people I knew were playing.
Yeah.
But then I go back and play it or I played it a couple days ago. There's like a full tutorial now. There's a very well-developed large community that loves when new streamers comes and play it. My chat was just like JP's or other people's chat. Chat was full of stupid helpful people that were answering questions, giving tips. Almost none of them ragging on me. In fact, instead of ragging on me, they would give me, give me tips on how to get better. Like, it was really strange because I knew I was really slow at the beginning. Like, I wanted to figure out the movement system, which is awesome, by the way. One of the best parts.
Best part of the game for me, yeah.
Especially when you learn how to do it. And I was really floundering with it when I first started because I just didn't get the moves down. And granted, it takes pretty, you know, it doesn't, maybe a half hour and you'll start feeling comfortable with it. But instead of my chat just being full of like people like, oh my God, like this guy's so slow, I can't handle this. This is so dumb. Which, funny enough, actually happened in some of my first PoE streams. Instead, in this chat, they were like, oh, no, here's what you want to do. First, you hit control, then you immediately do space to do a bullet. Then you want to jump one more time and then see if you can do a roll. And then if you really need to go high, look straight down. And you know, like, they were just, I was getting so many tips that I had to slow it down a little bit. Like, you know, let me just play with this for a little bit. Like, thank you guys so much. But I got to, and that was really cool. The community for this game makes it very easy to play. And when you have questions and stuff, they are very quick to helping you out too. So yeah,
I agree.
Very positive.
So what is the goals like? Is it Destiny like goals? Like you build up your
like it
build up your items.
It's a very unique like game in the sense that the goals are created by the player in terms of what you actually like want to do, because everything has a level. Like your gun levels from 1 to 30, and then when it maxes, and I haven't done this yet, but when it maxes, you can, I think the vernacular is forma it, and then it's basically like prestiging the gun, and then it gives. So, man, it's kind of a weird system. Did the power go out again? It's still flickering.
I think it just came back on.
Okay, gotcha. It's still a very, like when you forma something, I guess you got to kind of go all the way back. Everything that you equip in this game, Zeke, uses cards-ish. I think they're called mods. And these mods do different things, like increase damage of said thing, or give you faster recharge, or have HP leech, or something like that. And there's a set, you can only equip like 8 of these mods, and then 1 aura. And the aura increases the amount of mods that you can put on the card, I think, in some degree. You can level up these mods. They have their own levels that uses in-game currency to do so. And when you forma something, it gives you a little icon in one of the mod slots in the top right. And then when you put a mod onto that, it halves the cost of it. So then you can just equip more mods onto that cost more for less. So that's kind of the grind of the game. If you have a Warframe that you really like and you have a weapon that you really like, you can constantly keep forming stuff to get better and better at that certain thing.
So you're not locked into a class then. You just
no,
you can
not
change
at all.
frames.
In fact, the game wants you to play as many things as possible, because that's how you improve your mastery rank, which is kind of the overarching rank dictating what you can actually use in terms of the weapons and the different things like that. So there's a lot of systems at work that even I was making sure in chat that I was saying that correctly, because I don't understand it. In some degree.
Well, so someone in chat was saying like there are like synergies between things you can put on your weapons and whatnot. That's fucking cool. Now, what I really want to know is a couple of things. One, how do you group up with people? How many in a group? You can
4.
4 in a group. Okay. Do you do like bosses, raids, that kind of stuff?
There's no raid. I don't.
There were raids in the game, but there were issues with them. Currently, there are not raids in the game, but they are planning on bringing them back at a later date.
Yeah.
And Zeke, to kind of touch on what you were asking about with the goals, like, first of all, there's tons of way to progress your character. And like JP said, if you want to like do specific things or upgrade specific weapons, also a good way to think about it is your frame is kind of your class. And a big part of the game is getting new frames, because there's tons of them. And each one has 4 unique abilities and they have different base stats. So finding a frame that really fits what you want to do, and then later on having enough different frames so you can just fill in gaps that you need to, is a huge part of the game. And then you have a sidearm, a main weapon, and a melee weapon, and those all level up as well to level 30, which is the max. But the big thing is, in terms of goals and progression, the game gives you a ton of stuff to do. There are multiple quest lines which open up as you progress through the planets. There's a full kind of galaxy view, and each planet, Earth, Venus, Mercury, they all have not only their own individual missions that you work through and complete, but then each one of those has like a gateway that requires you to do certain things on the planet, and then you beat the gateway and move to the next planet. And then as you move through that, the cinematic quest lines open. So there are, it is the kind of thing where most of it is setting your own goal and choosing your own drive. There is a lot of in-game stuff that you can set as your goal. Like one of my goals right now, I kind of want to see all the cinematic quest lines. Apparently some of them are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to ask you about. Like as far as the quests and stuff goes, are they story related? Like do they have a good story to them and all that shit?
Yes and no. Like
okay.
I haven't done I think what is called like a cinematic quest line where there's actual cinematics, but I've done a decent amount of quests and like there's story stuff tied to them, but it's very like light, and I think it's considered like old content, the quests that I'm currently doing, because some of the big cinematic quest lines are actually like very story heavy. But I haven't gotten.
Well, I imagine it's like when I jumped in, like because I jumped into WoW at Burning Crusade, and I did all like I built my character up from level 0 all the way, and there was just lots of like little tedious things that you had to do, and it seemed old. It felt old when I started playing it. Does it feel old when you start like leveling up from 0?
Not really for me. I don't know about Co.
But they've like again, it's important to mention they've rebuilt the tutorial. There's a codex that has tons of great ways to like. When I played the game before, it felt like PoE before 3.0. It felt like it was an unguided, make your own goal kind of. The game supplies some stuff that's not really there. When I went back and played it the second time, like, there's a window you can bring up that just shows you like every quest thing and how to unlock it. And then you can just immediately set goals from there. But here's another important thing to mention. Very similar to Path of Exile, the content in this story has developed in the 5 years it's been there. So from what I understand, and again, people in chat that are more aficionado than me on this, please correct me here. From what I understand, most of the early content you work through is like the older stuff. Yeah. And then once you catch up, just like you get to the Atlas in Path of Exile, once you catch up, you start getting to like new things. And then you get up to like the recently released stuff, which apparently is really, really good. And one of the things that I'm kind of working towards right now, apparently the later stuff is like someone earlier told me they liked it a lot better than Mass Effect. And I was like, are you sure you just said what you think you said? And he was like, dude, it gets great.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good as well.
All right.
Well, the movement already, like just
dude, the movement
how quickly you move through the game looks disgustingly fast.
So like me and Co are actually slow. We had someone in a group that I was in last night that was playing Warframe by the name Volt, and Volt actually buffs your party's movement, and like we were flying through these maps, and I'm bad at movement. Like it was actually insane at how fast you would jump into a map, and just literally sprint. Like you wouldn't do any of this. You couldn't do any of this flying stuff because you just didn't know where the fuck you were going to go because it was so fast. I need to try to find that footage so that you can understand it. But yeah,
so if there's not
was considered like if you watch me play now as opposed to what you just watched, because that was in like the first couple hours, I probably doubled that speed. And also it's kind of interesting because, but here's the thing, and I know it seems really fast at first. That's what I thought too. You get super used to it. Everything you just saw right there is control to start sliding, and the second you start sliding, you hit spacebar, and that's that bullet thing you saw. So literally all I'm doing is holding W, control spacebar, and it just shoots you forward. And there's more to that. You can also like do a double jump and then a roll into that, and that speeds you up even more. But that's kind of, in open areas. And it short TLDR, it looks really fast, and it plays kind of fast at the beginning, but it's easy to get used to. And it gets to the point where it just feels intuitive.
Yeah. What is if there's no like raids, or did you say that there are bosses, like big monsters or whatever in the game that you kill?
They're bosses.
Okay, what's the point of grouping up? Is that the point of grouping up just to take on those guys?
Yes and no. You don't have to group up. I did a lot of those bosses solo, but they get harder as you progress. This, I think this particular thing I was farming this boss, which is very, very early on. You can't really even call it a boss because of how easy it is.
The Rhino one?
Yes, it's the one that drops Rhino parts. So I was farming him to get. So the crafting stuff is very, very important in the game. That and this is maybe where I have like, it's not necessarily an issue because you can pay to skip it, but they time gate a lot of stuff in this game, and they do that because if you could just do it immediately, the amount of time played in said game would go down a lot, I think. But
you're talking about you have to log so many hours before shit opens up.
Well, no, the crafting time.
Get all the ingredients together on something and hit build, and a 12-hour timer starts.
Yes, and some of those timers,
4-hour timer.
Some of those timers are like 72 hours. Like, but you can pay real money using the in-game currency that you can buy called plat to skip that stuff, and it's like, hey, you can wait 12 hours to finish this, or here's the equivalent of like $3 and just skip.
It's dangerous. Sounds fucking genius.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very smart from like a gameplay
but it's so much like a mobile game. It's so much like a phone game where it's like, hey, you're gonna get resupplied in 6 hours, but if you give us $1, you can get resupplied right now.
And the other thing,
like a mobile game, all the timers work offline, so you can just like start a timer and then take a day break or work on something else and stuff. So it works out okay.
The other thing, at least that I'm running into, and I think this will eventually stop, but because I'm playing the game so fucking much, which is obviously a big issue with why this is occurring.
Wait, hold on.
What's up?
People are saying like they let you wait once and you can play all you want. What people are like saying? No, that's not true. It's not like a mobile game. Like you can. Is there a way around that or something?
No, not really.
Around the wait?
No, you can either wait or you can pay to skip it. Like that. I think that's. I'm pretty sure that's solid information.
People saying you can farm platinum.
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Yes.
One thing that's important is you can trade in-game currency for the stuff that you use to bypass.
That's true. Yes.
You don't have to put money into it. You can do it all in-game if you want to.
Yeah.
Is that the point you guys were trying to make? I think.
I think that's
okay.
You can also trade.
So basically, you can farm in-game currency to cut the time down.
No, you can farm items in-game to trade for plat, which is the money currency, to then speed things up. Because the economy, like, the economy between players is traded with plat. Like the items,
can either farm items for platinum, or you can use real cash to buy platinum.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I haven't gotten into the economy stuff, and I think that's where, for my interest, like Path of Exile really hooked me, was the like living, breathing economy that would reset every patch. But like, I clicked on, I don't know why we're watching just idle gameplay here. Sorry. I clicked on last night, like the trade channel, and it was very reminiscent of like, oh God, there's 1 billion fucking people trying to sell every goddamn item. And it's just like reading the Matrix right now. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. And there's also warframe.market, which is very much like poe.trade, where people can like list things that they're trying to sell, etc. But yeah, that stuff is cool. The other thing that what I was saying is, your overall rank, your mastery rank, which is kind of gates what weapons you can use and what things you can use on your character. 30 is the max, Zeke. You can only do a rank up every 24 hours. So like you hit rank 1 pretty quick, and then to hit rank 2, you'll hit that pretty quick, probably a couple hours at most. And then you have to wait 24 hours from time of ranking up to rank up again. And so for me, every day at 7:06, I think is today's timer, I'll log in and do my mastery rank so that I can rank up again. Like eventually I'm hoping that doesn't occur to where I'm really farming, because the XP continues even if you're capped for that day, which is why every day when I like progress in mastery rank, the next rank is already available for this like trial that you have to do to rank up, but I just can't do it for 24 hours. That kind of bums me out. I understand why it's there, so you can't just like speed through shit. But I wish like the first 5 levels didn't have a timer on it. And then the other stuff
it gets slower and slower?
Yeah. It gets slower and slower to rank up.
Cool.
And those trials also get very hard, apparently. Like super difficult. Because you can fail them, and then you have to wait 24 hours.
You can also practice for them, too, which is super nice.
Which is smart. Yeah.
Just real quick. When I played Final Fantasy 14, it took me many, many hours, but I finally got up to max level, and then I was like, oh fuck, I don't want to play anymore. Could that happen here? Is there a reason?
It takes a
good enough reason to keep playing after that?
Here's the thing though, dude. There is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of content in this game right now.
Yeah, there's
like if you saw when JP goes into a mission here, you'll see like one planet has like anywhere between 10 and 15 missions. And that just takes you to another planet with 10 or 15 missions. And then you can repeat any of those. And then as you farm things, you'll be doing missions multiple times. and then there's the entire solar system, and God knows what else. I'm sure it's more than that.
Yeah.
And then there's all the quests inside of those, and there's like pages of quests to do. And then there's a cinematic quest line. The short answer is, like,
so there's no, like, people are saying in chat, there's no chance I'll get
it
like,
takes
max
you're
level.
not going to finish everything in this game.
I've grouped with a lot of different people from chat, and the highest I've seen is like mastery
open
rank
world.
like 24. Yeah, then there's the whole open world thing that I've spent 30 hours in games for. I haven't even gone to the open world. I went there to progress the stuff and then left immediately because apparently it's like end game content. But yeah, Zeke, the other thing is like hitting a mastery rank doesn't mean too much because you can get a new Warframe and you start back at that Warframe at level 0, right? And then you level that Warframe 0 to 30. And then when it hits max rank, you can form of that Warframe.
25, right?
No, 0 to 30 is
25 is the mastery rank. That's,
yeah,
that's your
yeah.
Oh, it's on top of everything. That's like a good way to think of mastery ranks is like your account rank.
Yeah.
It's like,
okay, so you can max out your frame without like, it'll take hours, but it won't be impossible to max out your frame.
No, I've got
bought a new frame today, and he is level 8 with an hour and a half of playtime.
Yeah. I've got
Okay.
I think I have 5 Warframes at level 30, and I'm working on my 6th right now. Which is, by the way, that's how you increase your mastery rank, is by leveling stuff. So the game basically wants you to level and try new things. And the other thing too is it's the weapons that you like get are not just here's a skin, like here's a different looking machine gun. Like they are vastly different in terms of the different weapon. Like I got a shotgun last night, which is apparently a fan favorite called the Heck, HEK, and it's just like a 4-barrel shotgun that does shit tons of damage, and I think has 3 bullets to a clip or whatever. Called Sacriel, because I don't know if it's magazine. I think it's clip. 3 shells to before you have to reload. Let's go with that. But then you can actually improve that to go up to 8, depending on the mods you acquire. So there's like a lot of customization in this. And the guns, like there's sniper rifles, there's machine guns, there's bows, there's just normal like fully automatic guns, there's DMRs, there's battle rifles, there's grenade launchers, there's rocket launchers, there's
DMR.
DMR is a Halo term. It's just like a single shot gun. I think it's a Halo term. At least that's where I know it from.
Oh, and what's also pretty cool. So on top of everything we've said, which would be, huge just for a game itself, it's also a living world. So every time you play, there's like random events that pop up. Certain areas give special bonuses to do them. Other areas give bonus XP. So it's like, like some missions you'll click on and there'll be like 2 different things. Like, do you want to do the standard mission or do you want to do the special high level thing? Like there's all sorts of little things that change along the way. So you can also do that if you want to on top of like the normal backbone game.
Yeah.
Someone in chat, like there's a couple things that really piqued my interest that I might be super into. Is there magic in the game?
Yes.
Well,
the Warframes have different abilities. Every Warframe has 4 abilities. So,
oh yeah, dude.
Like this guy's called Excalibur. He's kind of basically your sword guy for at least very entry level sword guy. He's pretty strong Warframe apparently. The Warframe that you can get for free right now with Twitch Prime is called Trinity Prime, and she's a healer, where she can like life steal from mobs for the group. She can energy steal, which is the equivalent of mana, and then like she has a big group heal. There's a guy named Frost, which kind of does a lot of ice things, but one of them is that he freezes everyone around you. The fire guy, I think, is called... I don't know what he's fucking called. Chad will tell me soon. But he does much fire damage around you. There's Necros, which is a guy that like reses targets around you, and he's basically a necromancer from other games. Who's a really good farm character. Ember, yeah.
Yeah, and then like Zeke, I'm playing, or the main frame, I actually bought an Xcal because I found myself being a little bit more melee oriented, and I wanted to do that for my farming.
But that's the next thing I want to talk about, though. Melee weapons, for sure. Go ahead.
Oh, they're...
But what I do, like the first frame that I picked was which is the one with force pull, JP, out of the first 3.
Not Volt, is it Mag?
Mag, yeah. I played Mag, and Mag plays completely differently from Xcal. So like her first ability pulls everyone in, and then her second ability like marks a target, and then the third ability shoots out shards, and then synergizes with the second ability, and the third ability she just like makes everything around her explode. Yeah. And then so each Warframe not only has different base stats, but it's a good way to think about it is their classes. They're going to decide like what 4 abilities you use to kind of shape your playstyle and character. And of the, God, how many Warframes, chat?
I think there's like
30 or
42 or
50,
something like that.
Huge amounts of Warframes.
Jesus.
Each one of those plays completely different.
Yeah.
So
wow.
And then here's the other thing, Zeke.
Pretty cool.
One of the best things about the game, like in-game wise, they call it fashion frames. I can't express like...
Just like Final Fantasy, though.
No, this is actually... Well, yes, but this is actually like crazy amounts of shit. You can go into the game, and let's say you have a bow that's always shown on your back. You can adjust the Z, the Y, the X-axis. You can adjust the fucking color of that to match the rest of your armor. And when I say color, there's about 10 different color palettes, which have around 100 different colors in each of them. And we're talking about the slightest difference of like, oh, this is the metallic looking blue. And you're mixing it with like the matte color pink or some shit like that. Like it is.
Well, it's like the color code chart, like the hashtag, 00.
Yes, it's like a hex edit.
For,
yeah.
Okay.
It is insane how much like customization you can get. Not to mention that if you, by the way, I would use the Steam version of the game, Zeke, because on the Steam version of the game, people, they have the Steam marketplace in it, where people can actually make Warframes in terms of skins, and then they share a revenue with Warframe with these skins that they've created. I think it's called like Tenogen or something like that. So for like Excalibur,
that's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, for Excalibur, there's like community artists that have created stuff that then costs, like $6 or $7 if you want that skin, and they split the rev with the creator and then with the game as well.
I didn't know that existed, JP.
Yeah, so then you go look at like, you just pick a Warframe and there's like 10 different skins for said Warframe, and they all look vastly different. And then you can go in and change the colors of all these things. You can change, I think there's like 5 or 6 different colors per Warframe in terms of all the different things on there. It's kind of crazy.
You can do that to each of your weapons. So your weapons can look different from your Warframe, or like I did, you can painstakingly make your Warframe look exactly how you want to, and then import those settings to all your weapons and gear. So they all match perfectly. And then you can do your ship too, which is like, the ship is actually very similar to Destiny. It's just like your loading screen.
It is, yeah.
And then it's pretty slick.
So like the customization shit's crazy. That you could talk about that for hours. So Zeke, what were you gonna ask?
The melee, like when you do like a melee weapon, are you locked into that? Okay.
Every class can have a melee, but there are melee Warframes.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. So if I wanted to be like someone who like throws a lot of fire around, can I also have a hammer as well?
Totally. Every Warframe can have a melee. Every Warframe does have a melee weapon. But these melee weapons range from like, this guy uses a sword, or I'm using a sword right now. That's actually his ultimate there, Excalibur's ultimate, where he's throwing the swords. But like, you can have a sword, you can have an axe, you can have a hammer, you can have like pickaxes, like climbing pickaxes. You can. There's crazy shit.
100 melee weapons.
Oh,
yeah, there's
and
tons.
JP, here's where it gets even crazier. So melee weapons have a special slot that you can slot in a stance.
Right.
And then when you put a stance mod on a weapon, it unlocks more combos for that weapon type. Yep. So like I've only found one stance mod, and it's for sights. And I can't wait to get a sight so I can see what the hell that means.
Yeah.
But you can just use a weapon normally, and he just slashes around, or you can then slot in these stance special mods to like apparently unlock a bunch of even cooler stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot, dude.
Those are the frames.
Yeah, these are the different Warframes right here. There's also a guy named Atlas, by the way, which the community refers to as One Punch Man, because all he does is just punch people, and he just does a fuck ton of damage with them. And there was a guy that I was playing with last night that like made his character cape and everything like look like the One Punch Man character, which was really fucking funny. He also summons like earth elementals and shit when he walks around, but yeah, he's apparently pretty cool.
Next thing, as far as like the group.
Oh, there's your hammer.
Yeah,
saw it.
yeah. There's
I saw it earlier, and I wanted to ask about it way back, but we just got logged down in so much shit. I guess this game is so deep, I had no idea. But what I want to know, group composition. Do you have to like have like the roles like tank, healer, blah blah blah, or can you kind of go do whatever?
I'm curious about this too, JP.
I'm not 100%. I think maybe towards the end game content, like it depends what you're doing. I think is maybe the best answer.
That says no.
Yeah, there's no holy trinity. if that's what you're asking for. You don't always have to have a healer, but it's nice. Like it at least in my experience, it's nice. Like I played the Trinity Prime, which is the Twitch Prime Warframe that you get, which is a healer. And when I was playing with a group, we were doing like a defense mission, which is just guard this area and mobs. It's kind of like horde mode, basically. And it was really nice to be able to heal my teammates when they were getting low, right? But you don't have to have that. I think the answer that maybe chat would say is like,
there are certain synergies, I'm guessing. Like,
yes,
like
there are Warframes that are
mission.
There's Warframes that are good for what you want to do. Like if you want to farm, then you want a Necros and you want a Hydrox or whatever, because they improve the amount of items that are dropped. And they also
Hydrox are cookies, dude.
Whatever the fuck is called. Hydros, I think. They make it easier overall. But like those guys aren't good for like spy missions, which is you sneak into something and you have to hack an item and not be detected by the different shit. But there's spy Warframes, right, that are good at that type of stuff. So that's the way that I understand it, is like you have Warframes that, like I use Meza or whatever, and her 4, she basically pulls out these 2 pistols and just goes like this and auto fires on anything that she can see, which is really fucking sick.
Let
me just point out that you pronounced it twice, both wrong.
Well, that's fine. I don't care. That's my whole shtick.
Mesa or Mesa.
Yeah.
Mesa, like Black Mesa.
I'll always get it wrong. She's the gun bae for me. She's actually the Warframe I bought. That's who I'm playing right here. You'll probably see me do the gun thing in just a sec, but it's pretty rewarding to just hold down a button and things just automatically fucking die, and the gun sounds really cool.
Here's a question, JP. You've bought a good amount of frames. It can take weeks, from what I understand, to actually farm the frames.
Yeah.
Do you think that because you've kind of opened that box of just buying what you want, are you going to purposefully not buy frames you want and then work towards them? Like how?
I don't know.
Now that you've opened that box, how are you planning on approaching that?
I don't know, because there's part of me it's like, well, I'm hurting the longevity of the game, but the farming for Rhino last night was like kind of fucking boring in some aspects, because it was literally running the same mission 7 or 8 times to get 1 drop, and the mission wasn't challenging on any level. It was literally run into this thing, spam your fucking abilities, go to the exit as fast as possible. So
standard PoE map, gotcha.
Yeah, and that's where I kind of draw a lot of the correlations. It's standard PoE map, and if you could buy an item, which technically in PoE you can, it's just not with real money, it's with in-game currency. So I think once I play enough, I can start understanding the like trade aspect of the game. And then I necessarily won't have to spend money in the game because I'll have plat earned from things that I've sold, I think. But I think I'm pretty far away from that. I think we're all I think that's like 100+ hours in the game before you start understanding that shit, or before things start dropping, which you can sell. But then I want to circle back to the gifting stuff, Zeke. This is why you turn off gifting, because I know like Baru he had it on for a while, and I think Strippin did as well. And like Strippin has 10,000 plat in game and has like every mod you could possibly want for whatever the fuck you want. And it's like, I mean, it's on you if you want to, but I'd rather have those things drop for me than be given them and just be like awesome right off the bat, if that makes sense. Like I'd rather level my character up.
No, when you talked about it the first time, I really don't even like that that's an option.
Yeah.
Like I mean, not to like harken back to the olden days, but like like in WoW and shit, like when you picked up a great item, it's bound to you. Like for the most part, like you can't sell it or trade it, right?
Right.
So you have to get it yourself. I mean, I don't like the fact that you can just gift anything.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the intended...
I like if you create it, like if you craft it or something, like in Final Fantasy, like you craft this robe and you can gift it off, like, you know, do some in-game trading, you know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But like the fact that you can gift off shit and make someone OP like right off the bat.
Well, again, I don't think they created the gifting stuff with streamers in mind, right? They did it for the community to be able to be nice to one another. And then streaming was an afterthought to that. And then people started gifting streamers a shit ton of stuff.
And keep in mind, Zeke, like as we've said, this is what I did, just like on JP's recommendation. The first thing I did when I opened Warframe was disable gift before anyone even knew my username. And when you do that, you basically close the door to that side. It becomes your experience. Everything you make is yours. You know, you can do in-game trading stuff. Granted, you could do like I did and buy platinum. But the only reason I bought platinum was because of a kind of weird bug that I had where I had played years ago and selected mag apparently. And then when I played again yesterday, even though I picked Excalibur, when I was done with the tutorial, it gave me mag.
I had the same
issue. I
issue.
actually just bit the bullet and I played mag for like a few days. But then when I realized, because my goal right now is a rhino, and I realized that I'm going to be spending days like farming this rhino, especially because I'm not buying anything else. So it's going to be kind of slow and methodical. And when I realized that, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and buy an Excalibur because that's what I really wanted. But that's it. Like that's all I'm planning on getting, maybe outside of cosmetic stuff potentially. And in that regard, it's exactly like the old school games. Like no one can give me stuff unless I trade with them. No one can just send me stuff. All what I get in my game.
But okay,
go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so people in chat were saying you can't gift everything. What is so bad about? Okay, I know you want to work for what you
get.
Yeah, what you want to drop or whatever. You want to grind for what you want to drop.
Right.
But if the high level shit, the actual really good shit, you can't gift. Is that true?
I'm not sure what you can and can't gift in terms of like what's farmable later, but what I'm speaking to mostly is mods. Like the difference that mods make in this will like make or break an ability or a weapon. Right? So like if you don't have a serration, which is an overall damage increase on a weapon, that weapon's going to feel like shit. But the second you get serration on there, it's 15% or 30% increased damage. Then you can rank that up.
So you can't gift mods.
No, you can gift mods.
You can apparently gift almost anything except primes. Primes can't be gifted, but they can be
you can't gift mods. I thought you could gift mods. I thought that's how everyone had all these mods on streamers. Okay, I didn't know that.
You can't gift mods? But you can trade mods.
Okay. You can trade, not gift. That's the caveat. Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Like if someone wants to trade it to me,
they have to physically be next to you, I think.
Yeah. It's the same, like trading basically means that you have to jump through a couple more hoops, where with gifting, you can just be like, click an item, put a name in, enter, and that person gets it.
Yeah, you have to be in person to like hand it to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, from what I understand, like I can't stop someone from gifting me unless I turn off gifting.
Yes.
But with trading, obviously, you're in full control if you trade or not with other people.
Okay. So I didn't know that the whole mod thing. That's kind of cool. The other thing is that some of the... So there's WarFrames, right? Like there's Excalibur, let's say. That's a Warframe name. But then there's also Xcalibur Prime, which is the same Warframe, but his stats are a little bit better. But he doesn't exist to buy anymore. The only people that have Excalibur Prime are people that were founders of the game, and they exist to trade, but they're very expensive plat trades with other players. And they look kind of cool too. But then you can also just get Excalibur Umbra, which I think is another Excalibur that you can actually get right now that's farmable. So I kind of like the idea that they take stuff off of the market that's only playable. Do what?
Well, let me ask chat this.
Oh, you can't trade Prime. Okay.
Well, no, you can't trade the Excal one. It sounds like you can't trade Exca Prime, but it looks like you can maybe trade some of the other ones. You can trade other primes. Cool.
Okay. Well, there you go. I misspoke, but it still counts for the Warframe stuff. We're Prime.
Thank you for this chat. Obviously, we're fumbling through this.
No, that's fine. This is good.
This is great.
I'm learning as I speak, which is awesome.
We want to make sure the right info gets out.
Let me ask chat this. Turning off gifting, worth? It's okay.
Turning off gifting?
Is it worth it, or is it okay to keep it?
Here's my answer to that, Zeke. Turn it off when you start the game. Turn off gifting when you start the game. But once you understand it, turn it back on.
Dude, holy shit. Everybody's like, totally turn off, worth it. Yeah.
Because of what I just said. Because here's the thing.
I'm getting two different, two opinions. This is like hundreds of opinions. I just wanted
Sure. I think
basically by letting people gift stuff, and if they give you enough stuff, that is a huge reason for playing the game that will be removed. So you know, it's like JP bought a few frames, but he didn't buy every frame. He's got like, and there's tons of stuff he can still do.
Yeah.
But at the same route, you know, if you open up your gift box and, you know, there's 25 frames in there, all the best mods, tons of currency. Like if you accept all those gifts, you are bypassing. You are basically just, that is what you're playing, is all the stuff that is being given to you. You are taking other people playing the game and putting that in your game.
See, but
so it's the point where if you accept enough gifts, it's just kind of like,
I think
unless
even,
you're doing this quest stuff, what's the point?
Yeah, I think even before that though, if you turn that shit on, you're just going to be inundated with a billion fucking things just hitting you in the face. You're not going to know what the fuck's going on. So just turn it off for like 2 days. And once you understand what's going on, you can turn it on if you want that stuff given to you. If you think your chat's going to do it, which they probably will. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I turned it off, because it's just information overload at that point. Go ahead, Cole.
And once you've done everything you want to do, flip it on. Let people send you stuff. Have fun. Play it like a sandbox. You know, it's always an option. You can just turn it back on when you ever want to. But you can't stop the flood once it's started in a lot of ways. So,
yeah.
Good idea to make sure you want to open those doors. Like I don't know if I'm ever going to turn gifting on, to be honest. I like, the more I think about it, unless I'm planning on quitting or leaving, in which case you probably wouldn't want to gift me stuff. Then, you know, like the whole point is to get all the stuff that people gift you yourself. That's one of the fun reasons to play the game. And the less you do that, the more reason you have to play. So,
and see, I thought that mods were giftable, and now learning that they're not, I'm kind of into the idea of turning it on, just because I know it's not going to improve, or rather, it's not going to like fast forward me through the game in that sense. But I guess Warframes are still giftable, so that kind of would suck to just be able to get any Warframe you wanted and not have to farm for it. But that
here's a good one.
Totally makes sense.
Oh, go ahead.
When does gifting become worth it?
What do you mean?
When
would you turn it on? Is it just a late game? Turn it on.
Give me a ton of free shit.
Yeah, it becomes worth it if you want free shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Holy never. Jesus Christ.
I think he's just talking to Chad and doesn't care what me or Co say at this point.
Agreed.
I want to hear your guys' opinion too.
We're new.
Like
pro opinion. Pro opinion. Is that a word?
No, I just want a general consensus, like, because you guys aren't in late game yet. You're not even close to like that, right?
Right. But Chad, here's the thing: is Chad doesn't experience, like, it's a streamer thing when it comes to gifting. If someone in the chat turns on gifting, they're not going to have 1,000+ people trying to gift them shit because they're not streaming.
Okay.
Why the fuck is this so loud?
It's true. That's true.
So that's why I think like their opinion necessarily doesn't. It's not the same thing as ours, because we're the ones that are going to be getting a billion things, and they're going to get like a thing from a friend.
Gotcha.
Right?
It's just in. JP hates chat.
I do. I fucking hate every member of chat on Twitch.
Oh, that's not news though.
That's not news. Yeah.
Always. Also, I'm pretty sure earlier in this episode, he said that you guys don't have anything worth hacking.
Right.
That was also itmeJP.
That was also me. Yeah, that wasn't Co. That was some dubbing. This is actually recorded, and I went back and.
It's crazy in here right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Okay, yeah. Like someone in my chat said, gifting would be okay if it was cosmetics only. That'd be cool if that was an option.
I would agree.
You could turn on gift for cosmetics only. I would turn that on. That's like that. I would do that.
I agree.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, good time to mention this, just in the off chance. JP, I don't know if you set this up yet. I found out about this about 30 minutes before the end. And you don't have to partake in this, Zeke, if you don't want to. If you go to the warframe.com, under one of the options, you can get a referral link. So if people sign up through your chat, they actually like goes through and your account gets all sorts of bonuses and fun stuff.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
Yeah, I set mine up like co.tv/warframe.
Cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
It helps give bonuses and everything to those people. So it's kind of cool. But I think it's only for new accounts. So people that want to try the game.
Okay. I know that there's like the partner program, which I think is really cool, especially because they don't just hand it out. Like, I was really into the fact someone reached out to me, was like, hey, we handle the Warframe partner stuff. It's like, cool. A lot of people in my chat were saying that people that watch get drops, etc. Like, how does that work? And they go, well, we want partners to be people that, aren't just like passing by, is a good way to think of it. And I was like, great. I fucking love that you guys don't just hand this shit out, and like you actually care about people that want to play your game for like a long time. Because people that are partnered on stream, they'll put in their title, and they'll have 30, 40,000. Like, I've seen a bunch of 30, 40,000 follower channels, but they'll have like 4,000 plus viewers because there's just people that are sitting there trying to get drops from a partner, which I think is awesome. I think that's really cool that they're not just giving that to me and Co.
Fantastic system,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and they also give us stuff to give away as well. Outside of the partnership stuff, they've been very friendly with me.
You have to create weekly Warframe content, have at least 2,500 followers, have a history of compelling Warframe content,
right?
Be a valuable addition to the Warframe community, contain high quality content, and be run by an individual 18 years or older. And then you actually apply to the partnership program.
Yeah.
That is pretty awesome.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
And the cool thing too, like you can go to the market in game, and if you go to the market and type Admiral Baru, one word, you get Baru's little Ru emote. And then that can go on your profile, and that's like your little icon.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah. The other one, you can go and type old friend, and that's Total Biscuits code, and it gives you a little tea set that then you can place in your ship. And it also gives you, I think, some like XP bonus for
Gotta be in all caps.
days. Yeah, it does. It does.
Not that I have the game open right now in front of me.
I think Strippin has one. I think Bike Man has one. There's a decent amount of codes. You can also type free sword, and you'll get a free sword.
Yep. And dude, I'm using that sword still. It's almost rank 30. Like, I'm loving it.
Yeah, yeah.
You get a little heat sword, man. It's badass.
Yep. Oh, Bike Man's glyph is gone. Okay. Gathalion has one.
Oh, Bike Man's glyph is gone?
Yeah. There's a lot of people that have them though. Okay. He got deactivated. I wonder what he did. He probably just didn't play it every week, which is cool that they even deactivate that. I love that. I think that's awesome that they're like, they care about the partner program that much in terms of who's in and who's playing the game actively, etc.
Oh, no. I don't have, none of us have glyphs yet. We're newbies, man. I don't even know. Like, it's kind of interesting. I was hoping in the qualifications for the Warframe partner, it would say like minimum of X hours stream, because I'm sure they're looking for minimums.
I would agree. Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty awesome. I can't wait to sign up for this. In fact, we should contact them and see like how long do you want people playing the game before they apply.
Yeah, the person that runs it has been in contact with me, so I can definitely ask them like if there's a set amount of hours or how that all works.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The other thing that I think would be really fun is I've grouped with people that know the game, but I would love to group with people that don't know the game and like learn together, because I think that would only make it more fun. So if you guys ever want to play at night, feel free to like hit me up, or even during the day, hit me up.
That actually brings up my next question. Streaming wise, is it good for streaming, or is it just
it's actually really good
for late grind?
Now, right now, it's a great time to stream it. They just did the big release. They just did a Limbo Prime thing yesterday. Like, not only is it a really good time to stream it right now, but if we play it enough and become a partner, then you can link your Twitch account on the Warframe site. And if you watch streamers who are Warframe partners, you earn rewards in your game.
Yeah.
So it is, if you're talking about metrics wise, like streamer to streamer, it is an excellent time to start streaming this game. I think like, well, it's just good. Now, in terms of like how it is to stream, it's pretty relaxing, to be honest. Like, a lot of the stuff is going to be stuff you've already done. Once you get familiar with the movement system, you can kind of like focus on chat a little bit, do your own thing, especially if you're like me and you play solo. I'm going to start doing a lot of group stuff later. But if you play solo, man, you really just take it at your own pace. You just stop whenever and, just hang out and talk to chat a little bit and then keep going through the mission. You're not timed. At least I don't think you are.
Later on, apparently there's timed missions, but yeah, not in the beginning.
Well, the ones I'm on haven't been timed yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been really relaxing to stream, man. And there's so much new stuff to explore and see that you'll find yourself just like constantly asking questions, going back and forth with chat. People drop by, tell you things you've never read or seen before, and then you're starting to talk to them, and it's fun. It's a fun game to stream.
Yeah.
Has this been playing for a while?
No, this is the same mission. Like, this is the farming aspect of the game.
Okay, it looks like exactly the same.
So here's the thing. This is the map.
Oh, you can solo pause too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You can pause. Every map is like procedurally generated. So when you want to farm something, at least what these guys were doing that I was grouped with, is they would find like a choke point on the map and then go there and then just kind of like set up camp. And that's what's going on here. Is there's the Necros guy that I was talking about earlier that has like the pets that increases drop rate. He just like posted up in this one corridor, And then I would run back and forth and kill everything with my ultimate because it's the like auto fire, anything in range, whatever. And I go and like collect all the loot and keep going back and forth. And that's like the farming aspect of it. But there's a bunch of different ways to like quote play the game. But it is very similar. And I think that's where I think, at least in my interest, like, or in my experience, I was unbelievably overwhelmed with how many viewers were there when I played on Monday. Because I got up to like 4,500 and I was just walking around.
Jeez.
Like, just fucking like clueless, deer in headlights. And I think it's because people are really interested in seeing new people play the game, especially like streamer wise. But I think once as I start to understand more and more, it's going to start to fall down because it's like, all right, this guy understands and he's farming for X. He knows what he's doing. I got to do this shit. I don't want to watch someone else do this shit. So I'm going to go watch someone else that's still learning the game. So starting off, I think it's like really good, but I don't know if that's going to be the same as I progress forward. We'll just have to see.
Okay.
So that's how I feel.
Last question for me. I know you can play with controller. How is it?
Apparently it's pretty good. Gathalion, I think, plays with controller. So I think it's totally viable. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm using keyboard and mouse.
I actually
as well.
completely redid my my mouse and keyboard layout, and it went from like slightly unintuitive to butter. Oh man, I can't imagine playing any differently now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's fully
mouse and keyboard is usually better for everything. That's not the fucking question I asked, guys.
He's asking if he could sit in this room.
If you can, like, I played Final Fantasy with a controller, and it has really good controller support. Like the menus are easy to navigate with a controller.
Yeah.
And I like, if I'm playing a grindy game like this, I'd much rather play it with a controller so I can, lay back or do whatever, so I don't have to be in front of a desk.
Yep. The one thing that I don't like is that, and this is less the Warframe devs and more Sony, you can't link your accounts. Like your PlayStation account and your PC account are different accounts. I don't think that I don't think you can log into the same account on each platform. And I think that's mostly Sony, which sucks. Like
Sony's been real bad about that lately.
Yeah. There's no crossplay. So if you play PC, you'll only play with PC players. If you play PlayStation, you'll only play with PlayStation people, which kind of sucks in my opinion. But again, that's probably all Sony and less Warframe.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely play it on PC, man. I mean,
yeah.
If it's on PC, that's where I will get it.
Yeah. The game also runs for like how good it looks. I don't think I've dropped under 300 FPS.
Nope.
It runs really well. Especially when all those tentacles and shit were going on, it was like 250 FPS. So it plays unbelievably well.
It's pretty too. It's a pretty game.
Oh yeah. Especially like
pretty.
Looking at the first thing I did when I opened up was like, I'm going to go look at the Warframes. And I went one by one and looked at every single one and like changed the color a little bit. And it's like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Maybe we'll get that one day. Then went to the next one. And I did that for a long time. Like the sense of discoveries there is really cool.
Cool.
But yeah, I think that's Warframe. We'll probably be playing this over the next couple of weeks and give more opinions on it. But I'm definitely
I'm very interested, JP, to see like how both of our adventures in this game go. Like,
yeah.
Very curious when like what our stopping points are going to be and how far we take it, and it's going to be fun.
I got to be honest, the grouping stuff yesterday definitely made me want to solo more. But then it's like, if I solo more, I know that I am statistically slower than I could be if I was grouping. So then it's like, do I want to be bad at this game, but potentially like do things on my own? Or do I want to be really, really fast at this game, but let someone else do everything for me? Like that's the mental process in my head.
Remember when talking on a sliding scale of speed, though, there will always be the option to just buy what you want.
Sure.
So this is one of those really nice games where maybe the rate at which you progress isn't nearly as important as it is in other games. So if you enjoy playing solo more, that's kind of more important than more loot. Because you could just buy it if you wanted it to. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm loving playing solo. I play offline solo because I just like the farming.
And
you know, it's just I ran that Rhino mission 5 times before drop frames today.
yeah,
Trying to get parts I needed. So.
and so I had played purely solo up until Monday night. And I was like, all right, let me just see what this mission is like. It was a defense mission. So it was like go to a point and defend against is like horde mode. Go to this point, see what it's like. And after every 5 waves, you can either leave or you can stay and get better rewards, but the enemies get harder. So there was 4 of us. I decided to group, see what it's good like. And we got to like wave 20, and there was like a fucking ton of mobs there. It was a lot of fun grouping. It wasn't with viewers, so I wasn't getting carried. It was just with random people. And that was super fun. So I was like, all right, the next day, let's group with viewers. And I think that was more the case of like, all right, these other 3 people are very high level. They understand what the fuck they're doing. They're going to make everything a cakewalk. And I definitely found myself like kind of disinterested in what was going on in a second to second in game. And I think if I start soloing, I'll get more interested again. So I don't know where I'm going to go with that.
You know, and it's funny you say that, JP. One thing that I'm very surprised this game doesn't have, and I kind of really hope they add it in the future, is the ability to restrict the master levels that group with you in an open setting.
Sure.
Because it's like, it would be so cool if I could just only have people around my power level join me. So it's never a situation where I'm going to get somebody that's just like completely going to walk through the entire place. But the thing is, and I mean, arguably the master level doesn't really matter because you can also be super powerful and also have low master level. But
Yeah.
well, people that are more experienced with Warframe would have to come up with a better or workable method for that. But I would love some kind of checkbox that makes it so the people that join me are around my power. I don't know how you do that. You'd have to know a lot more about the game to come up with a good system, but I wish there was some way to do that.
Well, that's kind of what chat's saying is like mastery rank in a sense means nothing because they could have a level 0 Warframe.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Or the opposite.
Or the opposite.
Low MR have a bunch of great shit gifted.
Exactly.
And traded.
Yeah. So it, I don't know. I'm curious a week from now where, here's the thing. A week from now, I'm probably going to be talking about Kingdom Hearts, and you guys are not going to be one. So, that's probably where we're going to be.
Zoned out.
Yeah, I'm just going to be like, so I was playing with Mickey and Donald. And you see Donald, we had to go, and it's going to be that. But we should definitely like group. I feel like this is a game that if you played with friends and you're all clueless as fuck, it's a lot of fun discovering stuff. Because then you're not like, then you're going into a mission with 3 other people that don't know the level layout by heart and don't know the fastest routes and don't know all the fucking ways to like skip past it, etc.
That seems the most fun.
Yeah, that seems like it's going to be. And I know stripping, bike, like a lot of people are playing it right now in kind of our circle of friends.
Sacriel's just started.
Yeah, Sacriel started today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know Anne's played it in the past as well. She was super into it. So.
One quick question. Is there jobs in the game, meaning like, can you choose to be like a weaponsmith or a tailor or?
I don't think there's crafting in that sense. No.
But there is crafting.
Well, there's like, you know, I want to make this rhino, so I need to go get X parts or X drops from this particular planet in the solar.
So you look, you're like, oh, I want to make this sword. I need 10 rhino pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have to go to Earth because that's the only place that drops the rhino pieces.
I'm not going to ask about fishing because I don't give a fuck about fishing.
I haven't gotten to the fishing yet, and Co hasn't either. So
how dare you?
I know it exists though, and then I think you get an aquarium in your ship. And then you can put the fish in there, and I don't know if there's any
unless the fishing is like you go underwater and kill like giant fish monsters.
No,
then I would fish.
They're spearfishing, yeah. I've also heard the Eidelons or whatever the fuck they're called, the like giant bosses in the open world part are really cool, but I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah,
that's definitely a goal of mine to like see what the fuck that looks like. So.
No, I'm sure there's other things in the game that people are talking about, like the factions or clans or whatever.
There's clans,
and
there's also rep grinds. I got in my first like reputation area last night. There's PvP, but apparently it's really bad. No one plays it, and even the developers like understand that and kind of make fun of it that it was a misstep. So it's interesting to see that. But yeah, there's a lot of shit. It seems like we've kind of, at least I feel like I've only scratched the surface, because every day I go back and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
A quality of life question. Do you actually have to like click on shit to pick it up, or can you just walk over it, or you automatically get it?
You got to be near it. And there's also upgrades. So you get like, you see that little thing flying above me?
Yeah.
Little guy. You get those, and they can get a mod called Vacuum. And then when you upgrade it, it'll like suck in any items around you at a certain amount of space.
So that's like a farming must then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they also do damage, and they'll help you in certain ways in that regard.
Cool.
So
It's not like even with I don't have one of those little loot vacuums yet, and it's still fine. I mean, you get anywhere near it, and it just sucks it up. And important loot just kind of pops in your inventory off the bosses and stuff. So
and really important loot will also show up on your map.
Yeah. Little stars and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another quality of life question. You don't have to have like every suit or every frame that I've seen. Frame is the suit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For every frame that I've seen you have, it looks like I mean, they look cool and all, but it look like Genji shit. Like,
They're vastly different, dude.
Okay, good. Okay.
Like
it's just we're just seeing what you like personally.
Yeah. I mean, this is like this is Mesa, and it is one of her like skins that I don't know, it was $5 or whatever. But normally she has like a bandana on her eye, and it's showing one eye. So depending on what frame you have, you can make it look a certain way.
No, I'm just wondering, like, you can make a huge beefy dude, like
Rhino.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
I'm actually working towards the Rhino frame, which is a giant, like hulking. Yeah, look, his main move is to charge through enemies and stuff like that. So yeah. That being said, though,
like super sexy lady frames, because I would much rather play as a lady any day of the week, especially when I'm going to be grinding a lot.
I will say, like, art style wise, there's some funky looking shit in this game. Like, there are weapons that are like alien looking and have like tentacles and shit on them. So they definitely go some places art wise. No Clip actually has a documentary on Warframe, and they talked to the art director and kind of that world and the type of sci-fi that he's interested in, which is really cool. That I highly suggest watching. It's probably 50 minutes long. It's 2 parts. It's pretty good. So yeah, that's Warframe. We got like 5 or 10 minutes.
Prey.
If you want to talk Prey real quick, Co.
I want to know what it's like. Don't you fucking say anything is spoilery, because I will kill you. But I want to know like anything other than that.
The final boss in Prey is the first boss of the DLC.
I'll kill you.
Can it actually do that if it's random
is there
properly?
A final boss in Prey? I don't even know.
Okay.
Anyway, the Prey DLC, Mooncrash, is awesome. It is one of my favorite DLCs that I've played in a long time. So what they have done is, I will say this in the least spoiler way as possible.
Hold on, let me stop. JP, are you playing like from the beginning, or like in the middle, or like what? Because
let him explain, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Here's the thing, JP. They have turned Prey on its head a little bit, because this is not a traditional DLC. This is an extremely cool hybrid of the adventure gameplay, the linear adventure gameplay of Prey, well, linear in terms of story, and basically roguelite elements. There is you find out this is at the very beginning of the game, so this isn't really a spoiler. There's this simulation. I'm not going to tell you what it is or why. And basically the premise is that you need to utilize this simulation to kind of figure out what's going on. And what's crazy is, as you progress through the simulation, first of all, the simulation itself is fully randomized. Different items in different places, different enemies in different places, different things can happen in different areas. Doors are completely random on if they're locked or unlocked. Sometimes you have to find a key. Sometimes you can hack it. And that is all randomized every time you go through. And then as you complete objectives in the DLC, even more stuff randomizes to a higher degree. Now, the premise of the DLC is there are 5 distinct characters. Not going to go into any more than that. And the overall goal is to eventually have a single run where they all escape. And again, I'd love to say more, but it would get close to spoiler levels. But the DLC is awesome. There are great story elements. There are things that are actually meaningful to the original Prey game. So fans of the original Prey game will find stuff here as well. The characters play differently. The progress is persistent. So as you get neuromods and unlock abilities on your characters, those carry through to future simulations. There's a currency system that tracks across everything you do. And between simulation and character rounds, there's like a store. And as you unlock blueprints, you can then buy items for your next run. And it's, again, there's so much new stuff in this DLC that is just kind of new to the Prey world. It is like, I would have loved to have been in the meeting where whoever came up with this idea came up with it. Because I'm sure that other people in that meeting looked at that dude like he was crazy.
It's really cool.
And I had to admit, when I first heard the premise for this DLC, I was like, this is going to be rough. But yeah, it's really, really well done. And especially once you get to the point towards the end where you've kind of unlocked all the different things you can change, it becomes nuts. Like there's a list of like 9+ things that change every single time you do the simulation. And here's where it gets even crazier. If you look in the top right of the screen, there's this new thing called corruption, and it's a timer. And the corruption moves through 5 distinct phases. And the corruption bar does resets per simulation, but not per character. So if you escape with a character, you then pick another character and go in, and the corruption level stays the same. So as you kind of work through with these different characters, every time the corruption levels up, enemies get harder, they rank up, they gain new abilities, new enemies show up, new effects show up, enemies respawn. So if you get to the end of an area and then the corruption hits, well, good luck getting back through that area in a lot of ways. Yeah, I mean, I want to say so much more about this, but a lot of it starts treading into spoiler territory. So the TLDR,
this is definitely going to be like my offline game until I finish it or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe. Thankfully, the story content is kind of few and far between and pretty light. This DLC is definitely more about the gameplay, and only when you start getting to the end, because the way that it works is each character has a storyline, and to open the storyline, you have to escape with them in a certain way. And then once the storyline is unlocked, if you see on my map, you see that little purple icon, that memory fragment, you then take the individual characters to their memory fragments. And actually, JP, go ahead and stop it. Go ahead and stop it. Stop the vid. You go up to the memory fragments, and that's the main story. That's the main meat of the story DLC and the questions, in the DLC. And then you play through what actually happened for those characters, and that's when everything starts kind of somewhat making more sense. But I'll let you get to that part. But yeah, overall, very fun, very unique. I spent 10+ hours in it. When I first saw the price tag, I was very concerned. I was like, "You're gonna charge me $20? You're gonna charge me $20 for a DLC?" I was like, "I don't know about this." And then I played it, and I got 10 hours in this DLC. And here's what's even crazier: I got 10 hours in it, and I was basically trying to speedrun it because I was participating in a charity event with Bethesda called the Moon Crash or Moon Crash Mania, where Bethesda is basically giving out 2 prizes of $15,000 to Astronomers Without Borders, which is an awesome charity. And we actually won that.
I thought that was a joke in the game.
What's up?
I saw the thing on your screen. I thought it was a joke in the game.
No. That like we not only did we win that contest and get like that money to it, but we also all of my tips and stuff during the DLC went to Astronomers Without Borders. We ended up raising over like $9,000. It was pretty cool. So yeah, so they were super on top about that, and it was really cool. It was really cool. So that my 10 hours was like my Everyone Escapes run. I was going as fast as possible. Like I spec'd my items to like I had a jetpacks and I was like speeding through the levels and stuff. You could easily spend 12 to 15 hours in this DLC, and I didn't even unlock everything by the end. I had tons of items and blueprints and stuff missing at the end because I was just trying to get through it as quick as I could. So. Yeah, it's cool, man. Like, it's worth every penny. I loved it. If you're a Prey fan, I think you'll really enjoy this game. And a huge shout out to Arcane Studios for just taking a risk.
Yeah, really.
So cool seeing established IPs. They knew they could have just released more story DLC, and everyone probably would have been okay with it. But instead, they took a crazy huge risk with it. And yeah, it really worked out, in my opinion. It's really cool.
Yeah, no, Gassy also enjoyed that DLC a lot. So it seems kind of universally loved in that regard. So I would definitely check it out.
Just got a 4.5 out of 5 on. I was looking on Twitter before the show. Somebody, I think PC Gamer or something, gave it like
Oh, they're
5 out of 5.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, I think that'll do it for our episode. Zeke, you playing Warframe?
I'm gonna, yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to do some multiplayer next week?
We should. Yeah. What are y'all doing Friday? Why don't we just play Friday? I'm not playing.
I'm playing Friday afternoon anyway.
Okay, I'm down to play Friday afternoon. Zeke, if you want to do
1
that.
PM.
I'm not starting Kingdom Hearts till Saturday, so
1 p.m. Friday afternoon. I will be there.
If y'all want to do it, I'll do it.
okay.
What time?
1 p.m. work for you, JP?
I usually start at 1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, so that works. That's
1
early
p.m.
for you.
Eastern
Zeke.
on
Okay.
Friday.
You got to get
So
up.
that'll
a little
be,
early.
that'll be 11 my time, right?
Same time as the show today. Yeah,
Yeah.
I will bring lots of beer.
we're gonna need it. I mean, we'll have Zeke.
We will get toasty by the end of that stream.
Shut your fucking face.
I can already tell that I'm gonna be the guy like Zeke. Come on, man. You got to get to the end of the map so we can fucking leave. And you're gonna be like, shut the fuck up, JP. God fucking damn it. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, I'm gonna be playing with a controller
Like,
too. So.
do I go to the yellow waypoint or the green one? Hold on, wait. Why is this door locked? What do I have? There's a panel. Where's the panel? What color is it?
Oh
What do I have
God,
to do?
Zeke.
Or
There's
what? What?
there's mini game stuff where hacking that you have to connect little dots. Man,
Okay.
some of that shit gets insane. And I'm sure most Warframe players have done it so often where they're like, oh yeah, that's easy. I got to 1 and I just looked at it. It was like 15 seconds. I was like, guys, I'm just going to let this count down because I don't know what the fuck to do. So they get kind of crazy with that stuff. Let's do some shout outs and close out the show. Zeke, why don't you start us off?
Sounds good. Oh man, it's good to be back on Drop Frames again. Thank you guys very much for watching. Also, always thank you to Co and JP for being my friends and my co-hosts. You can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, all the same. Ezekiel_III. I will not be broadcasting tonight after Drop Frames because I'm taking my mama out to dinner, and mama eats dinner early, so that's what I will be doing tonight. So no cast for me tonight, but tomorrow is Court of Swords is back. Court of Swords, baby. Ooh, it's gonna be an episode. I cannot wait to get this started. I'm so excited to see what happens because if you remember from last time, we left on a very, very weird note. So I'm really excited to see what happens. So Thursday, I will be doing that. And then Friday, you heard what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing Warframe for as long as Co and JP want to. And then I will be picking back up on Vampire or Wampire, whatever you want to call it, until we finish. That's going to be my regular game until we finish it. So nice. I'm guessing like 2 or 3 more broadcasts. That's it.
Cool. Mr. Co Carnage, some shout outs, please, sir.
Hi, everyone. My name is Co. Nice to meet any of you folks for the first time, if today is that day.
Shit.
My name is Co Carnage. And what's going on?
I don't know why he said shit. Go ahead.
I can't do Friday. I forgot. There's something I forgot to announce.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll announce it here in a second.
I'd like to give a big shout out to my co-host itmeJP and my slacker, I don't know how to schedule host, Ezekiel the Third. Thank you. Well, seriously, thank you. And you guys, of course, for watching. My name is Co. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. EDT, we begin Yakuza Kiwami. So if you're interested in checking out that game, we're going to be doing that tomorrow at 8 a.m. And then what we'll probably be doing for the foreseeable future is Kiwami in the morning and then maybe Warframe afternoons with some other stuff in there as well. So it should be really fun. And yeah, as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. I will definitely see you next week. It's good to have you back too, Zeke. And we'll see you next time.
All right, Zeke, what'd you forget to announce?
Friday, I can't do it because before my stream on Friday, I'm rolling up a character for Star Trek role-playing RPG tabletop shit with Blue Jay.
Oh, okay. Nice. Well, you can join us later in the afternoon, no?
Yeah, you can just join us. That's cool.
Okay.
If you want to.
Yeah. You don't have to start with us. Just join us whenever you finish.
Okay. But yeah, I forgot to announce that I'm going to be joining. Oh God, I'm going to forget the names here. Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be me.
This one of yours, maybe?
No. This is Blue Jay's own thing.
Yep. Oh. Blue Jay is going to be GMing a Star Trek RPG around the DS9 time, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be me, Pumpkinberry, DJ Knight, Blue Jay, obviously, and hold on, Commander Holly.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, we're
DJ
gonna be
Knight
playing.
with a K, right? DJ Knight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
DJ Knight. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm rolling up my character, though. We start on the 25th, I believe. So on Monday, we start our first adventure, but I'll be rolling up my character on Friday before my broadcast. So, I don't know if we've nailed down an exact time yet, but I will tweet it out.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be playing Warframe probably, the three of us, on Friday if you want to check us out. If not, we'll see you next week for more Drop Frames at 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll probably have a guest next week. Wanted to try to keep it chill last week because we had like 20 fucking people on the show. I just wanted three of us to have a show.
This was a very relaxing episode.
Yeah.
This was good.
I like my chill episodes for sure. So.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's it for us. Stay tuned for Roleplay Farverona immediately following the show. If you're watching on YouTube, you can check out the VODs later. We're out. We'll see you next week for more Drop Frames. Bye-bye.